So everybody's in the mat school again, the baby's napping, and I will be making my famous Russian soup. So if you're interested to know how to make it, please keep watching. So last time I got some really good feedback from my mommy friends to list the ingredients in the beginning. So it is going to require potatoes, peeled potatoes, onions, carrots, cabbage, beets, and potentially some meat if you'd like. If you're vegetarian, that's okay. You can make the soup with no meats. And you can add spices. You want to use bay leaf. If not, that's okay. And that's pretty much it. So for the meat, you can have chicken, you can have beef, you can have, some people have pork. I don't like pork. So whatever you want to use for meats, it's up to you. Okay, so here we go. Making a lot, so if you don't need to make as much, so make sure you measure appropriately. So the first step is full pot of water. You have to boil it. A few bay leaves when it's cold. It can boil with bay leaves. It will release flavor. I prepare my ingredients ahead of time. I have 3 carrots. Don't get scared. I have a lot of potatoes because my husband likes soups very thick. I have an onion and I have a beet, medium or small beet actually. So basically you can put less ingredients if you want your soup thinner, and you can put more if you want it thicker. So it's up to you. Again, there is no really like a rule that you have to follow of a certain amount. It just depends on your taste. Another thing I forgot to mention for ingredients, you will need tomato paste. If you don't have tomato paste, it's okay. If you have diced tomatoes or tomato puree or anything like that, that will do. Use chicken breast. That's my meat of choice. I did not thaw it, so if you had no time to thaw, that's okay. You can just throw it in a boiling pot and it will thaw right over there. I mean, I know it's not a preferred method, but you know what? Again, I have no time. I forgot that I will need to do that, so that's okay. Just put my chicken breast in there. My husband hates chicken breast, but you know what? That's what I have on hand, so I throw it in there. So it's gonna thaw as the water heats up. My potatoes chopped. Nothing perfect, again, as you know. It actually tastes better when all the pieces are different sizes. My old reliable food processor to grate my carrots and my beets together. Again, it doesn't matter. You can just mix them together because you're going to prepare them together. So again, if you are not using as much, what you can do is use just a regular grater. The third part of cooking is chopped onion. So you chop an onion, and you put your chopped onions there, and then in a few moments you are going to add your beets and your carrots. Just a few moments. Give it just a few moments to just get a little golden edge, so to speak, and then you can add your carrots and your beets. Your vegetables, you add it to the onions, and then you start sauteing all together. Do not go crazy. Don't make them too soft because you're going to add them to your soup at the end. So it's going to have some time to cook. Now, as it turns out, I do not have tomato paste on hand, so I am going to be using crushed tomatoes today. And my chicken is already boiling, so that's good. That means that it's already thawed, and I'm going to make sure that it's cooked through before I add my potatoes. I was in luck. I found some Hunt's tomato paste in my pantry, and I am going to be adding it to my vegetables with a little tiny spoon. Okay, your vegetables with your tomato paste for a little bit, and then you can turn them off. Shredded cabbage. Potatoes go in with the chicken. It's actually on the bottom. You can't see it, but I already put it in there. An ingredient that I do love. It's something that is called Vegeta, and it is something that we buy you can buy at a Polish store or at a Russian store. I don't know if they sell it in regular Stop and Shop, but this is really nice soup seasoning. I put it in all of my soups. It tastes really good. You can make your own. You can just add garlic, onions. You can add some pepper. You can add parsley, and things like that. But you know, this is awesome. This is just amazing. So our soup is thinning out quite a bit, so it's not quite there yet, but you know, it's almost there. It's almost the time to add our vegetables. You know, everything, the potatoes is ready, the cabbage is almost ready, the chicken is there, it's ready, and you know, you can even shred it. So you know, sometimes I take the pieces out if I didn't have time to really cut them small. I actually take them out and shred them once they are done, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing that now. I really don't have time for that. So I'm going to show you when I put my vegetables into the soup, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so we have it pretty thinned out, and I will be putting my vegetables in. Okay, so ta-da! Oh my goodness, I just can't hold it. Okay, so ta-da again. So I put all of the vegetables in now. It's very important to actually, you know, really make sure you stir it in. It's this gorgeous color, light red. It looks beautiful. It smells beautiful. So now you let it just get to boil, and at that point you can add your you can add a little bit of more chopped garlic. You can add dill. I usually add dill and parsley. I use dill weed by McCormick. Love McCormick spices. And I use my parsley. Let me find the parsley. I can't find it. Well, you know, you can use any brand, but I like McCormick spices. So here we go. Parsley flakes. So I'm going to add it at the very end. It will look pretty. It will smell nice. It will add that zing to this, you know, to the smell of the soup, and it's just gonna be perfect. It's gonna be a perfect addition to the soup. But this smells amazing. So, well, you'll know what I mean when you make it yourself. So I added my herbs, and just make sure you don't add too much because it might become overpowering. So just add enough for your quantity of, you know, the ingredients. So, but now it's all done. Done. So what's gonna happen, because you just added the herbs, you know, and the water is really warm, so it's going to just kind of expand and become just like if you chopped. So I added my herbs, and I just kind of mixed them around. Just make sure you don't put too much so that the taste and the smell was not overpowering. But, and again, you can skip that step altogether if you don't like parsley, if you don't like dill, or you can just put one or the other. So it is all done. It looks beautiful. It smells beautiful. It's all homemade. There's really just olive oil from the fats, and the chicken breast is very lean. There was no fat on the chicken breast. So it's all done. So try it out. It does look like there's a lot of steps, but if you prepare all of your vegetables ahead of time, it's just the chopping and the grating. And again, you can use the food processor, any food processor. You don't have to buy anything fancy. Like my recipe, please like me below. And if you have any questions, please ask me. Or if you have any comments, or if you have another recipe that you would like to share, or if you would like to mention what else we could put there, definitely let us know. Bye-bye.